Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about how to be happy in a relationship. Whenever we get into a relationship or are in a relationship, that's always the goal, to be happy within the relationship, feel fulfilled with our partner, and make our partner feel happy as well. So that's what we're talking about today. And again, my name's Chris Richardson. I'm a coach here at Life on Your Terms, and I make these videos here so you can do exactly that. You can live a life on your terms. So how to be happy in a relationship. I'm gonna go over my 3-step process. And I feel like I have some credibility to be able to talk on this because I've been in a relationship for 8 years now. So I know the ins and outs and how a relationship can develop over time and how to make my partner happy and how she makes me happy as well. So before we get into the 3-step process, I would encourage you to take the balance wheel in the description below, because not only is it going to talk about your relationship with your partner and relationships in general, we're also going to focus on health, professional, and resources. And believe me, they all affect each other. So I'd encourage you to take that to get an idea of where you're at and what you want to improve on next. So the first step in the 3-step process is communication. And I'm sure you knew this was going to be one of them, but communication is the foundation to any good relationship, whether it's romantic, whether it's friendship, or whether it's in the business sense. Communication is key, but especially in a romantic relationship. And the reason is because you need to have open and honest communication with your partner about feelings, desires, and concerns you have about the relationship. What are you feeling when they do this thing? Or what are you feeling in general about the relationship? What do you desire out of a partner? What are your expectations of him or her in the relationship? And then invite them to share theirs with you. So maybe you communicate your desires and your feelings, and then say, I would love to hear what you think about this, because I want to know how I can make you the most happy as well. And having that open communication and dialogue can be very healthy and helpful to the relationship to each make you happy. And when you are doing this, practice active listening and empathy to your partner. So when you share what you have to share, invite them to share back, and then look them in the eyes, be really curious and be really present about what they have to say. And then also show empathy, be like, I totally understand why you feel that way, and I'd love to hear more. When you do that and invite them to share, your relationship will blossom. Having that open communication is key to any good relationship. Now, another thing you can practice related to communication is regular check-ins. Me and my partner do quarterly check-ins related to our goals, but also we do dates every month where we like to check in. How do you feel about the relationship? Stuff like that. Walk through that. And doing those check-ins really invites each other to share, this is my concern, or this is what I would desire more out of you. And then it's just a communication back and forth. It's no hard feelings. It's just understanding those things and being able to help each other as a result. Now, another thing you can do with communication and concerns or check-ins is love languages. Being able to understand each other's love languages is key to a successful relationship. For example, my love language is quality time and acts of service and physical touch. Those 3. Really more quality time and physical touch. My partner's love languages are gifts and acts of service. Now, we have opposite love languages, and being able to understand each other's gives us an idea and a blueprint to how to make each other feel loved. So if she were to get me a gift, I wouldn't really care. But if I bring her flowers, she feels amazing. And when I'm having a hard time, instead of giving me a gift, but maybe just giving me a hug, I feel great as a result of that. So being able to understand those love languages can be very helpful to the relationship as well. Now, one final piece related to communication is conflict resolution and how you resolve conflicts. You need to do this by understanding that you're trying to find a solution together. You're trying to find a solution to the conflict as a team, not against each other. So maybe you have a conflict within your relationship. Treat it as you're trying to find a solution as a team and together, and that can help a lot. Also, you don't want to display the Gottman's 4 horsemen. Now, the 4 horsemen, Gottman, this therapist, was able to predict with 95% accuracy if a relationship would stay together based upon if they showed these 4 things. Those being criticism, contempt, defensiveness, and stonewalling. So criticism is you're attacking someone's character, not the actions they did. Contempt is passive aggressiveness or mocking one another. Defensiveness is saying, how could I ever do something like that, and not taking responsibility for your pitfalls. And stonewalling is not just taking a break from the conversation or the problem, but actually not talking to someone and giving them the cold shoulder for an extended period of time. If a relationship shows 1 out of 4 of these things, it's about 90 to 95% accuracy that Gottman was able to predict if they were going to stay together or not. And contempt is the worst one. So if you show one of those 4 things, I would encourage you to talk about that with your partner and understand how you can resolve it as a team and find a solution. So again, with communication, open and honest, with active listening and empathy, regular check-ins about the relationship, and then your conflict resolution skills are critical. Now that's the first point. First 3-step process to a happy relationship is communication as the foundation. The second one is individuality and support. So what I mean by that is I would encourage you to still pursue your personal interests, hobbies, and goals to fulfill yourself. So for me, I really like the gym and playing video games, and that's one thing that I do by myself. I don't like to lift with people, and sometimes I don't like to play video games with people. So but doing that on my own is a personal hobby and interest. And for her, she has her own personal interests and hobbies that she likes to do without me. And that's great, having that time apart, because when you have time apart, that's gonna create desire. Not too much time apart, but make sure to hold those things true, because sometimes when we start a relationship, all of our own personal things go out the window. And in my opinion, that's not very healthy. So I'd encourage you to continue those things on your own. Also, with those things, give support to your partner when they're in pursuit of those things. Related back to my relationship is our goals are very different. I have some very ambitious goals. Hers aren't as ambitious, and that's totally okay. And that's what makes us work together and will be a very good unit when we have a family, is because she is my number 1 supporter in my goals. And I like to think that I'm her number 1 supporter in her goals as well. And by doing that, it feels really good and it makes us both happy within the relationship. So I encourage you to make a huge emphasis of supporting your partner's goals, hobbies, and interests, and hopefully they do the same for you, and that can both make you happy partners, which is great. That's the goal. So another thing with individuality and support within a relationship is space and independence. I touched on this a little bit, but having your personal time and space is very important, and that time apart will create desire between you two. So individuality and support is the second step in the process, is within that still pursue your hobbies, your goals, and your interests, and then with that support your partner's hobbies, goals, and interests, and hopefully communicate about that you would like them to support yours, and that can make a very healthy and happy relationship. Now the third step in this process to have a happy relationship is to have shared experiences and time together. It's very important that you create memories together. Me and my partner have so many great memories, whether it's messing around doing silly things or just having good nights building Legos together. We actually have the Up House Lego set just over there on that shelf, and with a few pictures of us, and it's just a fun memory. And it's kind of just, when I look over at that, I was like, oh, that was a really good night for our relationship, and it was a lot of fun. And that maybe seems silly, but it was a shared memory that we both enjoyed. And so I would encourage you to find those shared memories that you can create with your partner that you guys both enjoy, because you can build upon those and you have really good memories about the past. So with that, I would also encourage, on top of those memories that you want to create together, is give each other appreciation and gratitude. When your partner does something simple that you enjoy and appreciate, tell them, I'm so grateful that my partner will clean my apartment sometimes, and I love to tell her and appreciate and be grateful for that, because it truly makes my life easier, and I'm so grateful that I have that in my life. And being able to give thanks and gratitude back to your partner feels good. I enjoy doing it, and she enjoys when I give that back to her. And when I do something for her, like get her flowers or whatever it may be, she's so grateful for it as well. So being able to share that appreciation, gratitude back and forth can also help you be happy within a relationship. Now, finally, one final piece with shared experiences and time is planned time together. We do one date a month where we plan to go out and go do something together. We are both homebodies at heart, but we know it's great for our relationship when we go get dinner and just really focus the night on our relationship. So that's what I encourage you to do as well. Have some planned time together where you both go do something that you enjoy with the purpose of making your relationship better. And by doing that, you will both become more happy within the relationship. So again, the 3-step process was communication is the foundation, individuality and support, and shared experiences and time. Go ahead and hit that subscribe and like button at the bottom. It helps so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one.